Okay, when exactly did basketball turn into a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet? If you listen to half of these ESPN analysts nowadays, I'm convinced that they don't watch the actual games. They just look up at the game every now and then and go back to their laptops and enter numbers from statistics and then run algorithms and claim that they have the answers to all the basketball questions. It's gotten so bad, guys, that we have actually reached a point where someone with a microphone on ESPN will look dead into the camera and say, Jalen Brown isn't as good as Derek White because of some crazy advanced metric system that some guy in his mom's basement has made up. And they'll say this with a straight face. Well, if you actually look at the VORP, RAPTOR, and the LeBron plus minus in the third quarter of a Tuesday, if you look at the numbers, he's basically Michael Jordan. What are we doing? What are we doing here with all this number stuff? Look, I understand that Derek White is a great role player. I don't have a strong opinion about Derek White, but he's a good player. I know Boston loves him. But Jalen Brown isn't Derek White. Boston wouldn't have a winning season without Jalen Brown. It's not even close. And it seems that these advanced statistics have gotten us so far away from the actual games and like winning that we no longer think about winning. Like the end goal is to win a championship. Jalen Brown has done that and he's been the finals MVP. So come on, ESPN. It just feels like winning doesn't matter anymore. And the only thing that matters to these guys is that their shooting percentage will align with their Microsoft Excel document. And the problem with all of these documents and these algorithms and these statistics is no one is checking their math. Meaning that, you know how when you were in school and you grew up and you thought about your teachers, and many of them were either giving you wrong information or just, some crazy theory, but you never thought to question them because they were the authority. They were, quote unquote, the smartest person in the room. And you grow up and you realize that wasn't the case. I think the same thing's happening with NBA and all these numbers because no one's thinking to question, like, what does that statistic actually mean? Like, if the end goal that we're trying to get to A is winning the championship and winning games, all these numbers before that, like, you can't tell me that with certainty one player is better than another because he has better plus minus. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. Speaking of numbers, let's talk about Bobby Marks. Now, I'm not taking shots at Bobby Marks. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for Bobby Marks because I know that he loves basketball like I love basketball. There's no way he would, work for ESPN if he doesn't like basketball. And keep in mind, everything I'm going to say here about like ESPN analysts, take it with a grain of salt. None of it is personal. Okay, I love the draft. I love seeing the new players. I love the free agency. I love the trades. But I don't want to listen to a 45-minute podcast about the second apron and the luxury tax and the mid-level exemption loophole. Since when has the NBA become like a tax attorney? And Bobby Lee is up there like crunching numbers like he's trying to get the Lakers out of an IRS audit. We don't care, ESPN. We want to see the action. We want to see the games. We want to see the excitement about the players that we love. So all this like contract and number stuff, it's getting ridiculous, but it gets even worse. How, you may ask, does it possibly get worse than this? If ESPN isn't putting you to sleep with number stuff, they'll just swing you the other way. The pendulum will swing to the other side, the complete opposite direction. And on that side of the pendulum, you will find Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith. Now, they aren't mathematicians, that's for sure. They are wearing expensive suits and they're screaming at the top of their lungs with some of the most idiotic, toxic, cringe narratives humanly possible. And we have to take it. Like, as basketball fans, we have to listen to it. And it's just, some of their takes are just mind-blowing. It's painful to listen to. Just think of the disrespect that Kendrick Perkins threw at Nikola Jokic. And both of them seem to go on like semi-racist tirades every now and then I wouldn't say racist, but just like they bring race into basketball when it doesn't need to be. When basketball is dominated by black players, and every now and then there happens to be a really good white player like Jokic, and somehow Kendrick Perkins turns it into like a racial thing. Now, I don't know if he's being fed this by someone. I don't know, but it's just stupid. And in my next video, I'm going to bring on my friend. He's black, and I'm going to ask him what he thinks about this kind of thing, because he's not going to lie to us. He's going to be real. So the race baiting stuff is just unnecessary. And I mean, like, Perkins just sounds like a hater. Like, why are you mad because he's better than you? He's a better center than you? I don't get it. And when they're not hating on someone like Jokic, or just, saying like, Lakers can't win with white boys. Like, how about they just can't win with those three players? Anyway, we'll ask my friend about this. But if it's not that, they're just kind of manufacturing beef and arguments out of nothing. And I feel like ESPN definitely has an issue with the Sixers. And I get it as a Philly fan and as a Philadelphian. I understand that the Philly fans can be annoying. They can be over the top, especially Eagles fans. But we deserve to win just like every other city. And it's clear that people like Brian Windhurst are so mad. They're so mad that we finally have a good team. As you can see with Brian's podcast, he's clearly mad. He's clearly angry. And he's like, you can't have Jalen Brown, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe on the same team. Aren't they all alphas? This is outrageous. Okay, Brian, it's outrageous. And look how, before LeBron even got to Philly, they are trying to manufacture some kind of issue. They're trying to make the Philly fans get upset that LeBron apparently isn't living in New York. Now, I'll tell you something. I'll speak for myself. You guys can tell me in the comments what you think if you're a Philly fan, but Philadelphia fans do not care where LeBron lives. I don't want to live in Philadelphia. Nobody wants to live in Philadelphia. If you're LeBron James and you're a mega celebrity and you're used to living in Miami and LA, I get it. Like, even in the nicest part of Philly, in downtown in Rittenhouse Square, it's like, So if he wants to fly in a helicopter and if he wants to teleport to the stadium, I don't care. We're talking about practice, not the game, practice. We're talking about calculators and accommodations, not the game, but nonsense. And I'm saying all this not to just sound off, but because it's silly. At the end of the day, we are sports fans. We're talking about basketball. Basketball is a beautiful game. I played it as a kid, and we are talking about the best players on the planet. Only 100 of them. And we admire them. We cheer for them. They represent our hometowns. That means something. And the chemistry that the players and the teams and the fans create, it has an impact, and you can't measure that with a number. So stop trying to act like it's some advanced math equation that no one can understand. We, as basketball fans, we are smart. We can also do math, and we can look at your equations and say, hey, that's a skewed statistic. And stop screaming about drama and making drama like you just lost your dog. Just watch the game and have fun. That's what ESPN used to be. It used to be more fun. So that's it. That's my rant for the day. And one more thing, because that's the name of this podcast. If you want to join the conversation, I would love to talk with you. Leave a comment. Everyone is welcome to share their thoughts, their opinions, whatever it is. You want to go back and forth. Knicks fans, I know we're starting to Sixers, Philly and New York fans are going to start having a little bit of back and forth, friendly competition, but there's no hard feelings. We can have fun. We can debate, and it cannot be like a personal attack. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're basketball fans. So when you start focusing on sports and your team, it should make you feel better. It should be an escape from your daily life, from your job, from your wife, from your family. It should be a time for you to have some fun. So don't take it too seriously. And stay tuned because in my next episode, I will be recording tonight with my long childhood friend. We went to high school together. We played on the same basketball team, and he's going to come on here and we're going to talk some Sixers. So looking forward to that. See you in the next episode.